Welcome to the Curiosity Discovery Point, place where we talk about a wide range of stuff. Today, I want to continue to talk on the gateway experience. Explain something that I've been doing lately, probably for the last 3 months or so, where I take time out and do my sessions without the CD or any of the hemi-sync guided audio. Actually, I don't use any audio, any guidance at all for these sessions. And what I notice is that it's during these sessions where things start to happen. And I think it goes back to Robert Monroe's first book, where he mentions, I think it was around like chapter 16, 17, or maybe 15, where he mentions when you sit down and you go through the exercise or you go through the session, make sure that you're not time restricted, that you're not anticipating anything to happen as far as disruptions. And when you use the CDs, which are very important, I look at them as training grounds. The CDs, the Gateway Experience CDs, is like it gives you the blueprint or the framework that you need to have and understand. But when you take time away from them, especially when you go from one CD to the next CD, I try to do a couple of sessions without anything. And when you do it without anything, you're not rushed. If you need to take longer to do your resonating, you have that time. Also, you're not, there's been times when I did the Gateway Experience CD and things was going smooth. Then all of a sudden, you get, Robert Monroe, the voice comes in. And you're like, I was just getting somewhere, just feeling it. So when you don't do it with the CD, you don't have any of that to worry about. And also, you learn, or you realize how much you know and what you can do. And, any emotions, you really see where your emotions at and where your thoughts at, when you're on your own doing it in a room. Which is important. And the biggest thing is you're doing it at your own pace. But it's during those times, you sit there, when I sit there and I start off, how he tells you what to do in the CDs. Then I go at my own pace. But then I realize also, you become very aware of what's going on around you. And this might seem weird, but your fear level kind of increases. And if you hear like a noise in the room, it will kind of, startle you, but the side effect of that is that your body goes into, starts to vibrate. You can look at it as, and this is the way I was thinking about it too, that it could be a possibility of another entity, spirit, or your expanded self is helping you reach the levels that you're trying to get to. And your brain, your meat brain, can only translate that into a bit of fear or a bit of startle. So something could be helping you, and they could be reaching out to you, but your body, your mind, translate that into the noise you hear, or that feeling of something else is in the room, and it triggers that, that fear, which you can turn around and use it as a source of vibration. And if it's not the right tune, now that you have a vibration going on, you can control the speed of that vibration and get it to where you want to get it. So hold on to it. But don't cave into the fear you might have. It'll go away. It'll roll right off of you. As long as you just stick in there and don't think about it, realize you're safe. Remove the worries, but latch on to that vibration and manage it. Because now you have it. And that's something I get when I do it without the CDs. Because I think with the CD audio, especially with the binaural beats and the other sounds I got going on, it kind of gives you more of a control environment and you're not paying attention to a quiet room. And when you do it in that way, when I do it that way, I become more in tune with myself. And then I definitely can feel my body or feel myself expanding beyond my physical body. I won't say it's an out-of-body experience because I haven't left the location. But I feel more what's out there. Then also visuals with the eyes closed. It's amazing. And I normally do this stuff with eye mask on. And when I'm not using the CDs, I can really start to experience more visual, I guess you could say like lights or patterns. It seems like little cloud-like or smoke-like images floating in front of my eyes. I feel more alive, more intelligent. And my visual through my eyes, even they close and with the patch on, it seems like something shifts where I'm able to see more or get more information. There have been days where you can see little white dots start to spiral. Like a little galaxy type thing. And they'll spiral and they'll change directions. And sometimes you see them kind of branch off and come back together again. Or you'll see the smoke like, it's more like the smoke from an incense. You'll see stuff like that. Or I see things like that. Had a few other images too, which could probably fall into the category of remote viewing. I'll get into that in another recording. And another thing I notice when I don't use the CDs, the sense of time totally changed. And you can lose yourself in the CDs too. Like time go by quick in the CDs. But the CD is limited to about 30 minutes, 20-something minutes. When I don't do the CDs, I normally will be in a state for about an hour and a half, much longer. And I don't even notice that until I get up. Then I realize how much time went by. Now, one of my concerns was the brain chatter. With the CDs, you can kind of control your brain chatter by just focusing on the audio aspect of the CD. But when you don't have the CD, that's when you really get to know your mind and how your mind operates. And once you can kind of, I won't say totally control it, but know how to ride those thoughts, kind of, like a wave. Just let them come and go. Or if you have an intent, if you set your intentions and some affirmations, you can repeat those. And I'll say about 10 minutes into it, those affirmations will become your thoughts. And the wandering mind would cease and slow down. But then there's times when my mind might wander, and I let it wander, and at that moment something's like a switch was flipped, and the visuals are changing. That's coming through my eyes. Another experience that I get when I do it without the CDs is the total, I won't say numbness. You definitely won't feel your body. It comes to a point where I stop feeling my arms, my legs. It's not due to circulation, limitation of circulation. There have been times where I was doing this without the CDs, and I couldn't remember or feel or notice if my palms was facing up or down. It's just a strange feeling, but it's kind of, it's very enjoyable. A quick note on that too is I do float sessions, the sensory deprivation tanks. And there's been some moments when I'm in there and I couldn't tell if my eyes was open or closed. And I tried open and closing them, and I couldn't tell if they open or they closed. I was asking myself, is it open now? Is it closed now? Because you're disconnected from your physical body at that point. It's an amazing feeling, but it's definitely the foundation. But I think there's these moments where the walls, the barriers are much lower. You're more receptive. You definitely feel expanded. I mean, I can't say if it's you're more in tune with the universe or beyond it, but it's a good feeling, and it's not a feeling where it's like boom, I'm there. It's very subtle, but the more I do it, the more I notice this feeling. So to all of that, I say, if you're on the CDs, and especially if you're not feeling like you're making progress, sit back and do it without the CD. Give yourself some time. Sit there or lay there in a dark room, not too dark, to where you can see the items in your room. Close your eyes, then go on a gateway experience without audio. And relax. You would definitely get to, at least I do, that focus 10 quick practice. And it normally takes about 10 to 15 minutes into the session to really hit that point. So stick with the CDs, but mix it up with sessions without the audio. Just you in the room, quiet, with a lot of time. And don't worry about anything. And one of the big benefits of it is that you won't get interrupted at the end of the CD because you won't have it. You can enjoy it. All right, take care.